and it usually comes with a lot of hard conversations. Um, Owners have a very specific vision of what their retirement is going to look like and what their legacy looks like. And they may talk to their spouse about it, or they may not, and they'll talk to you. But then what we always go back to is like, okay, you have this all put together. Now go talk to your kids about it and see if that's what they also think. Because if you have this whole plan on how you want things to move, and then, what your kids are going to do, this and that, and then you realize that the kids don't want to do any of that, then it totally changes everything.
Right.
So it's about having those hard conversations. And just that's the personal side that no one ever really thinks about.
Well, I think the other thing is also sometimes there's no kids and they're just making decisions on their own. And it's more about what the next project is going to be. So they're not necessarily thinking about retiring. They're like, we're going to get this money and start a whole new other project. And so I think it's also, because that's fair. It depends on where you're at in your life.
Right.
And I've run across other tech people that are just like, they're just ready to sell this business to start the next idea they've got going on.
Right.
And I think that's interesting because they already kind of have in mind what they need to do that next project. So they can just start up that situation. And it's always different, right? It's like when you're just like retiring versus starting a next project. It's always it's interesting because it's a different amount of money they want. And sometimes those people are a lot higher, sometimes it's lower. And so I think just deciding what that looks like and where you need to be and then figuring out the discrepancy there.
Yeah. I think you hit on something. Exit planning and succession planning are really two different things. And the numbers of second generation and third generation family run businesses are declining at crazy rates. And it's, you feel bad when you talk to a business owner who worked for 30, 40 years and they're like, well, my plan was to give it to the kids and they're not interested.